is Arunava Chaudhuri and you are on my YouTube channel, Arunfoot. The Supreme Court of India held its latest hearing in the matter of the new constitution of the All India Football Federation, which once more was actually not discussed in the hearing. The key talking point was the future of the Indian Super League in regard to the 2025-2026 season. While also it was mentioned to the courts that there's been a letter received by the president of the All India Football Federation, or an email rather, I should say, from world governing body FIFA as well as the Asian Football Confederation, clearly giving a timeline till October 30th to sort out its matters so that the new constitution is cleared by the Supreme Court and then is accepted and implemented by the AIFF, by the current AIFF and its EXCO, before they can resign and a new committee potentially can be elected. Only catch, that new constitution needs to be conform with the statutes and the regulations of world governing body FIFA. And there we have the problem, lack of respect from the Supreme Court of India for FIFA, asking the question is if FIFA is at all relevant. A dangerous thing to say in my opinion. The other big talking point as mentioned, a joint submission from the AIFF as well as FSDL in regard to the 2025-26 season of the ISL. Very, very clearly, Reliance stated that they're following up on their obligations in regard to the payments to the AIFF. 25 crores is what they own for the first half of the season because, yes, in December, the contract ends. 12.5 crores were paid to the AIFF on August 18th and they're ready to pay the October to December tranche early if needed. That was one. The Super Cup would be held as a pre-season tournament to the ISL. Okay, we've heard that as well when the AIFF met the ISL clubs and FSDL. Then it was announced that FSDL is taking a step back and handing all the rights of the Indian Super League to the All India Football Federation. Meaning that FSDL created ISL, or rather IMG Reliance created Indian Super League, is no longer a baby of Reliance. This should enable an open tender which should be organized by one of the big four consulting firms, Deloitte, EY, KPMG, or PwC. 15th October would be the cutoff date for the commercial rights so that someone could pick it up and then get most probably 2 months to prepare everything. The valuation and everything is not clear at the moment. But to me, FSDL gave up the rights to throw it out into the open market to help this matter to move ahead. That's what is being sold as a narrative in my opinion. The other side of the story is that for the moment, Reliance has stepped away from Indian football. They're still there through the master rights agreement till December, but in theory, someone else could pick up the rights. Will someone else pick up the rights? That's my doubt. In the given scenario with the current AIFF, who's supposed to clear all of this? Who is supposed to trust the AIFF in being able to deliver on its promises, or the current gentleman promised certain things? Would that be kept by maybe a new body? Or worst case, FIFA has to step in and ban. What happens then? So there are a lot of questions in there. And I felt and I still feel this move came as a surprise. Because if we look back at what was discussed over the last 3 days, since that Monday meeting in Bangalore. And everyone said, listen, it was a good meeting. That Reliance would be organizing not only the 2025-26 season of the ISL, but most probably the next 5 to 10 years. At the moment, Reliance is walking away from Indian football, even though in conversations with the ISL clubs, they've stated, no, we're not going to do that. While other sources within Reliance clearly state, we don't want to do anything with football anymore. And as I nowadays say, you never know who to trust or believe in these matters. And therefore, we all will have to wait and see what happens in the coming days and coming weeks. Be it in the AIFF Constitution case, be it on how FIFA and AFC react to what the Supreme Court said and did, and what happens with the 2025-26 season of the Indian Super League. Because the force majeure situation is no longer applicable according to what I've been told by multiple people and sources. On paper, the season is on. In reality, we will have to wait and see. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree with me? You've got something else to say? Write those things down in the comments below. And as always, like, share, and subscribe Arunfoot here on YouTube. Visit my other social medias. Visit arunfoot.com. And I'll be back very soon. So Arunava Chaudhuri signing off. Bye for now.